Hello guys, Robert1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we're going to be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh good or bad segment, where I talk about cards that I think that are good or bad, and just discuss their effects, what they can do, how good they are in the game, and just give my full opinions on them, because I want to basically dissect the card and think, is this card worth playing, or is it just a bad card in general and you shouldn't touch it at all? And that's essentially the reason why the segment exists, because I like to do that kind of thing. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So today's card we're going to be talking about on Yu-Gi-Oh! Good or Bad is Thunderbolt, Thunder Dragon. Thunderbirds are go. We're going to be talking about Thunderbolt, Thunder Dragon, a new fusion Thunder Dragon monster that was announced last week for the OCG release. And it's a dark thunder effect monster fusion, 2600 attack, 2400 defense, and it requires a Thunder Dragon plus Thunder monster to make this card. So, why do I want to talk about this card? Well, let's get into its effect so you can understand that. So, must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing one non-Thunder fusion effect monster. During the turn, a Thunder monster effect was activated in the hand, in which case you do not use polymerization. So, this card is actually good, because the Thunder Dragon itself can discard itself to search two Thunder Dragons. That's the Thunder effect. Then you can just tribute summon the Thunder Dragon to be able to instantly tribute the Thunder Dragon you just tributed, to then summon this card. See what I mean? Its other effects are, which aren't summoning conditions, your opponent cannot add cards from either player's deck to the hand, except by drawing them. Mistake on legs. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish one Thunder monster from your graveyard instead, and protection. That's the protection effect. So, this card in general looks pretty good, doesn't it? It looks pretty good on paper. It's got a non-banishing effect, it's got a protection effect in destruction, and it's got an effect that allows you to stop your opponent from adding cards from the deck to the hand, which still lets you do it as well. But why do I want to talk about this card? Well, personally, to my opinion, the card is really good. The card has its potential to be really good, but the reason I wanted to talk about this card was because I wanted to dissect the card. I want to go into the areas of the game where this card could be used, where this card could be really good, and just talk about them and see where, if by the end of the video, I still think it's really good. And honestly, the effect itself is really good, I'm not going to lie, but the card in general has ups and downs, which is kind of why I wanted to talk about it in this video. So, without further ado, let's start off by talking about the good stuff about the card, so we can essentially know what's good about the card and why the card should be played. So, let's start off with the obvious factor, Thunder Dragon itself. Thunder Dragon is the main way you're going to be summoning Superbolt Thunder Dragon. You're going to be discarding Thunder Dragon from your hand to add two more Thunder Dragons from your hand to the deck, from your deck to the hand, and then potentially tribute summon any of your monsters to summon said Thunder Dragon, and then send that Thunder Dragon away to the graveyard to summon this fusion monster. It's very consistent to get to that, because you are playing 3 Thunder Dragons in your deck. You're playing 3 Thunder Dragons, which is really consistent, seeing as, all I need to do is draw 1 to add 2. So, inherent +1 card. And that's the main way you're going to be making this, Thunder Dragon. Like, you're not going to be making it outside of any other way but Thunder Dragon itself. Like, if you're playing maybe a Thunder-based deck, maybe you'll be using, like, maybe Thunder Families, if people still play Thunder Families. Like, I think that was, I can't even remember, like 2014? Thunder Families? It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, Thunder Families. But yeah, main way you're going to be making it is Thunder Dragon, and that's really consistent. That's really good about the card. That you can easily get to its materials very quickly and very easily, because, you know, It's easy to search. And also, another good point about that is it's easy to get to its protection. Because, one, it banishes a Thunder monster to protect itself. So, the first Thunder monster in your graveyard, the Thunder Dragon, you discard it to search 2 Thunder monsters. And the second one is the one you sent from field to graveyard to summon the card itself. So that the card basically has 2 protections in general. So, that's a good thing about it as well, that you're gonna guarantee yourself 2 protections thanks to Thunder Dragon in general, because Thunderbolt, Superbolt Thunder Dragon is that consistent and that easy to get to, which is actually really nice, because having a card like this that has its own requirements to protect itself and not being able to set up the graveyard to essentially put those protections in the grave, you know, it's really good when you can do it very easily with Thunder Dragon. The main reason why this card exists. But yeah, that's another good point. It's got easy way to get to protection, and its protection in general is good. But the last good point about the card is, it stops your opponent from adding cards to your opponent's hand. So what does that essentially mean? Your opponent can no longer use cards like Pots of Duality, Star Up Engage, Trickstar, Light Stage, Candina, Personal Spoofing for Altergeists, what else? I'm just trying to think of what else you could use. Reinforcements of the Army. Basically, any card that would say, add a card from deck to hand, doesn't work. It's all negated. All your opponent's cards that say this are really good. And the fact that it only works on your opponent is even better, because it means that it's one-sided removal. Kind of like how Darklaw is the same, where it's like a one-sided Macrocosmos, which is really nice. Like, when you have a card like this that is able to just have the one-sided effect, where it says, oh, no, I can still do this stuff, you cannot, is really, really nice. And seeing stuff like this is really cool to know, because when a card has an effect like this where it's only built into the opponent's side of the field, that just gives it a huge boost in general. We have seen it in the past with cards like Darklaw, where it's a one-sided Macrocosmos especially, and thanks to that, that is a very good point in Super Thunderbolt Dragon. Superbolt Thunder Dragon. I wish it was Super Thunderbolt Dragon. It would be so much easier. But yeah, those are good points to the card. The card is very consistent to make. The card is also very, very easy to get its protection effect off, and the card in general also has its own effect where it can just stop your opponent from being able to add cards to the hand, which is an amazing card in like the Trickstar matchup, the True Draco, well, not the True Draco matchup, they draw a lot. The Altergeist matchup in a way, any deck that would search potentially. Like, this card basically says you can't do any of that, and I really do like that about this card, and that is one of the better qualities of this card. But, sadly, the card also does have bad qualities. Where we are going to get into now, after I say what the good ones were, because I meant to do that. So the good ones are, it's easy, it's very consistent to make thanks to Thunder Dragon. It's very easy to get to its protection effect, and its a stop search effect is just amazing, which all make it good cards. But what are the bad qualities, which I'm going to get into now, as I said a second ago. So, what's the first bad quality of this card? Well, first of all, it lies in Thunder Dragon itself. The first bad thing with this card is that you have to play Garnets. Basically, you're playing 3 Thunder Dragon in your deck to make this card. Now, maybe if you draw 1 Thunder Dragon, that's fine. That's fine. You can if you draw the 1 Thunder Dragon, you're in a good position, because it means you can just discard that 1 Thunder Dragon to search the 2 other Thunder Dragon, and you are in a good position. But that's not always a good thing, because say if you open 2 of those Thunder Dragons, that's 2 dead cards in your hand now. And if that 1 Thunder Dragon you drew to begin with was a card that could have been better as something else that really is not needed, it's really that kind of situation where, oh, I'm in a situation where I can't actually use anything, so now because I've done this, I can't actually play the game. And that's a really annoying thing where, oh, I've drawn 2 Thunder Dragon, now I've got Garnet, essentially. And that's a bad point of the card in itself as well. Also, another bad point which comes with playing Thunder Dragon to make this card is you have to tribute summon the monster. The card states, or special summon by tributing 1 non-fusion Thunder monster, effect monster, during the turn. Actually, no. The card doesn't have to be tributed. My bad. But you still have to tribute Thunder Dragon itself, which is really, really not great. Like, the only deck I could see utilizing that effect to tribute a monster, getting to the tribute summon really easy, would be either a Pendulum deck or Trickstar itself, because they can activate Light Stage, get the Lilybell, and Lilybell just is the tribute follower to make this. And looking at things like that, looking at the areas like that, is something you've got to realize, because Thunder Dragon having to be a level 5 monster where you have to tribute the said level 5 monster to then be able to go into this monster, you know, it is a lot to have to make Thunderbolt Thunder Dragon, and you've got to realize it's not that great in that regard, where you have to play these Garnet cards, these Brick cards, and also have to tribute a monster to get into it, just to be able to make the card. But that's not the only bad part about the card. Another bad part about the card is it's a fusion monster. It stays in the extra deck. Now, sure, you can make it really easy thanks to its summoning condition that says, oh, just get rid of a Thunder monster if I used a Thunder effect monster in hand. Well, that's good and all, but say you aren't able to get the Thunder Dragon on board to then make this card. Like, it being an extra deck card makes it just that much harder to use, because if it's an extra deck, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to slap it on the board. No, you have to wait. You have to be able to get to a point where you can tribute a Thunder Dragon to be then able to summon this card. And getting to that point, it's not easy. Like, in the current format right now, the only deck that can do that is, as I said, Trickstar or Pendulums, and they aren't really going to consistently run this, most likely. Like, maybe Trickstars will run it, because it's a good engine and a good floodgate monster, but in other decks, this card isn't very viable. Like, the card can't get into the deck, the card can't be summoned very easily, and the card can't get to these areas very quickly. So it's not a card that you can easily make turn 1, because it's not a card that can be made in every single deck turn 1. Like, the card itself has a very good effect, and that is very powerful, but it being so slow to have to make, having to actually get the Thunder Dragon on board is really annoying. Like, sure, if you're playing Polymerization, that goes instantly out the window, but it's the same fact. If you can't make this card turn 1, this card is not going to help you. And that is something you've got to realize, because turn 1 cards such as this, they need to be made turn 1, and if you can't make it from your extra deck turn 1, it's not doing anything. It's just going to be an extra card in your deck that cannot do anything because you didn't draw a Thunder Dragon, or you drew multiple Thunder Dragons, or you can't tribute the Thunder Dragon in your hand. And I know most of the points around this are revolving around Thunder Dragon, but that's because Thunder Dragon is the key card to make this. This card is only as good as Thunder Dragon itself, because Thunder Dragon is a Garnet, and this card is only made you're only going to see it made by Thunder Dragon in general. So that's a bad point about it as well. Like, it's very inconsistent to make. Like, you can consistently get to the targets to make it, but in majority of decks, it's not easy to make. It's an extra deck monster, which makes it really annoying to get to because you have to use the specific materials, and just in general, it needing to be used with a Thunder monster, it's annoying. Like, honestly, if this could be made on a turn just by normal summoning a Thunder monster, without needing the additional effect, I wouldn't be making this video. But it still has its good points. It still has its good points where the card is amazing. It has the effect of that one-sided mistake. It has everything that needs to be a good card, but this card is only as good as Thunder Dragon itself, and you've got to realize that as well. But yeah, guys, it's got its bad points. It's got its good points. But what do I personally rate Superbolt Thunder Dragon? Well, on the scale of Super Thunderbolt Dragon, I have to rate this card as a okay. Honestly, even though it's got those bad points where it's only as consistent as Thunder Dragon and you need to tribute the card in general and you need to be doing all of this, personally, on a scale of the bad to good, it's okay. It's an okay card because Thunder Dragon is maybe a Garnet. It may be a Garnet in general where you can, if you draw multiple of the card in your deck, it's not going to be really good, but it having the good points of where it's really easy to make, where you just have to tribute it, and sure, as I said, it's not easy to make in every deck, but being able to just be able to make something like this in any deck is really nice. It's really good. Being able to just put a Mistake on Legs on board that has its built-in protection, that is able to stop your opponent from playing the game, and that's just able to stop your opponent in general, is really, really powerful. And we've seen cards like Droll Motbird in the past do stuff like this. We've seen cards like Mistake be really powerful because of reasons like this, and it being one-sided just gives it that extra oomph. So, personally, even though you have to tribute the Thunder Dragon to get to it, even though the card is an extra card and can only be made through certain means, such as discarding Thunder Dragon to use effect, then having to then tribute summon a Thunder Dragon on the same turn, just to get to this, it's okay. It's an okay card that I feel like is still really decent. It's actually above decent, because decent is the middle rating, and it's okay in general. Like, the card is not bad. The card is not bad in any way. It's actually has really big potential. And I feel like if decks come out that can easily contribute something really easy and just boost the consistency of the card in general, the card will instantly boost from okay to good. Like, the card is, in general, it has its good points, it has its bad points, as I said. But yeah, guys, Superbolt Thunder Dragon, you are an okay card. You're not a good card, but you're good. You're okay. You have your bad points because of you have to use Thunder Dragon majority of the time to get to you, but you also have your good points where you just a one-sided card, such like Dark Claw Wars. You're very easy to make because you don't need to use polymerization, and sure, you're running 3 Garnets, but when it's an okay card, it's an okay card. I'm not gonna lie about that. So yeah, guys. But that's my opinion on Superbolt Thunder Dragon. What do you guys personally think of Superbolt Thunder Dragon? Do you think it's a good card? Do you think it's a bad card? Do you think it's any of the ratings I put below? Give me your personal thoughts and opinions in below. And if I actually missed any of the bad points or the good points, tell me those in the comment section below as well, because I want to hear those points that I missed, so I can become better with this card, realize stuff with this card that I didn't realize before, and, you know, be better with the card in general. But yeah, guys, that's the video. As I said, don't forget to don't forget to comment to give me your opinions. Press the like button to show that you liked this video and want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Good or bad, and any other future Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos that I make in the future. And press subscribe so you can get my videos in your subscription box for future Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. And also, don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of any streams that I do that are normally at 8 PM UK time on Thursdays. I will most likely be streaming tomorrow. It depends, because I've got nationals, going off to nationals the next morning, so it really depends if I can or not, but I will most likely be streaming at 8 PM UK time, and yeah, so don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of any of my streams, Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos that come out in the future, and anything that comes along like that. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I said, and I will see you guys next time. Superbolt Thunder Dragon, you're an okay card. I'm gonna try you out in decks, and I really feel like it can be good. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Robbat1, signing out. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos, and check out the links in the description for the previous video, and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there, and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.